2021. It is exactly 5:02 p.m. And welcome to the City of Miami virtual public hearing for the annual action plan for fiscal year 2021. This fiscal year runs from October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. My name is Roberto Tasoe. I'm an assistant director for the Department of Housing and Community Development, and I will be guiding you throughout this presentation. We also have present other city staff from the Department of Housing and Community Development. We have Christine Bermudez and Alexander Jorge, who have assisted me in the behind-the-scenes coordination, as well as other staff from ITD, particularly Yvette and Danny, and from Communications, Louis and Chris. After the presentation, we will listen to your comments and answer questions related to this annual action plan process. Today's agenda includes an introduction to the annual action plan, as well as an introduction of the public participation process and some of its requirements. We will proceed then to give you a brief introduction to the four entitlement programs the city administers with federal dollars received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. These programs are Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, Home Investment Partnership Program, or HOME, Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS, HOPA. Also, I'll provide you with a brief update on the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, the CARES Act. And finally, we will listen to you, the public, for any input or comments you may have. We will open the floor to those who are currently at City Hall, ready to provide us with live comments. We will also play any pre-recorded video and audio messages some of you might have left prior to this meeting. And we will be reading comments left through the online comment form. If you have not had the opportunity to leave a comment yet and would like to do so, you can still access the online comment form by typing in your web browser www.miamigov.com/HCDVPH. This will take you to the department's virtual public hearing page. Look for the May 10th CDBG Home ESG related meeting, and you'll be redirected to a page where you can access the online comment form. This online comment form will be open until we reach the public comment section of this presentation, at which time it will be closed and no further comments will be accepted for today's public hearing. This online comment form has been open to receive comments for at least 48 hours prior to the start of this meeting. Now we will begin with the next section, which is the introduction to the annual action plan. Under 24 CFR 91, the City of Miami is required to submit on and about August 15th of each year an annual action plan to HUD in order to remain eligible to receive federal funding and to apply for federal assistance under the following programs: Community Development Block Grant, Emergency Solution Grants, Home Investment Partnership Program, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS. The action plan presents housing and community development issues in the city and includes an analysis and inventory of community assets and services, proposed funding, which includes federal, state, and local sources that will be utilized to respond to community concerns and goals with objectives to address community priorities. The annual action plan serves the following functions. It's a planning document for the city. It is also an application for federal funds under HUD's formula grant programs. It is a roadmap to follow in carrying out HUD-funded programs and activities. And last but not least, it is also a plan that provides a basis for assessing performance, which it is done at the end of the year with the drafting and submission of the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, also known as the CAPER. The purpose of this meeting is to include citizen participation in the planning process for developing the annual action plan. Therefore, we are interested in hearing suggestions from our residents as to the areas in which the city should place priorities when allocating next year's federal monies. On a yearly basis, the city, through the Department of Housing and Community Development, encourages representation of residents, including minorities, non-English speakers, and persons with disabilities. These meetings are designed to involve all residents, but federal programs mainly assist low and moderate income residents, especially those who reside in communities where CDBG is being utilized. We hope to receive comments, views, and suggestions from residents so that we can enhance the services provided with these funds, and if need be, refocus our attention to services that are most needed according to your input. Now, moving into the description of the individual programs, we'll start with the CDBG program. The CDBG program was established by Congress with the Community Development Act of 1974. It is the funding source with the most flexibility, and it is utilized to provide social services, economic development, street and park improvements, and housing rehabilitation assistance, among other activities. The Code of Federal Regulations mandates that no more than 15% of CDBG funds can be utilized for the provision of public services, such as elderly meals or childcare programs. As mentioned before, CDBG can also be utilized to fund economic development activities, such as technical assistance to for-profit businesses and certain housing activities, such as single-family rehabilitation programs. However, CDBG has restrictions, and it requires the city to meet one of three national objectives, including services to low to moderate income residents. Unfortunately, the amount of funding the city received for CDBG has experienced a downward trend some years ago, but recently it sort of has remained at stable levels at around $5 million. The next slide will show a visual comparison of this trend. For fiscal year 2021, the city of Miami was allocated $5,606,621 of CDBG monies. As you can see in the chart, it is a slight increase from what was received in 2020. However, it is for sure a far cry from the amount the city was receiving in 2002, when it got close to $13 million. So the city's challenge has always been how to maintain the quality and quantity of services with less funding. With that in mind, the city has been supporting the provision of public services with social service GOP funds, which is a general fund account to cover some of the dollars we have lost through time. In fiscal year 2020, the city funded elderly meal programs, youth childcare programs, programs for persons with disabilities, parks and public facilities improvements, to name some of the services. In fiscal year 2020, as we all know, was a very difficult year due to COVID-19. And the city was able to take advantage of certain CARES Act waivers that allowed the usage of CDBG funds beyond the 15% limit for activities that help the city prepare, prevent, and respond to COVID-19 in the public service category. The home program is used to maintain and create affordable housing. And this is mainly focused on opportunities for low and moderate income residents. Some of the type of housing programs the city funds relate to acquisition, rehabilitation, new construction, and financing of home buyer and rental programs. Home funds can also be utilized to provide tenant-based rental assistance for low-income residents, which is an activity the HCD is currently considering. HCD, or Housing Community Development, utilize home funding to leverage other public and private resources to expand the reach of the dollars the city received from the federal government. As a bonus to the program, 15% of home funds are reserved yearly to CHODOs, or Community Housing Development Organizations, in an effort to expand the capacity of non-for-profit housing developers. For fiscal year 2021, the city was allocated $3,509,757. This is, as you can see in the graph, a slight decrease from what was received in fiscal year 2020. Through the years, we have seen the home funding decrease with a small bump in funding starting in fiscal year 2018. The Emergency Solutions Grant, or ESG, program was designed to assist the homeless population by providing them with basic shelter and essential supportive services, among other things. The City of Miami, through its homeless programs, provides referral services for homeless persons to access Miami-Dade County homeless programs. ACD, or Housing and Community Development, provides funding on a yearly basis to street outreach activities, hotel vouchers, and also has been partnering with Citrus Health Network to provide rental assistance to homeless or about to become homeless individuals and households. For fiscal year 2021, the city has been allocated $475,732, which is a slight increase from the fiscal year 2020 funding. And again, these dollars mainly fund what is a street outreach for homeless households or for those who are about to become homeless. Okay. So currently I'm going to make a small pause as it seems like the presentation has hit a glitch, and I'll have to stop here and be back in a second. Okay, I apologize about that. Now, the next slide is about the HOPA program, the Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS. HOPA program provides affordable housing options and supportive services to low to moderate income individuals living with HIV or AIDS. This is a county-wide program, and the City of Miami serves as the administrator of this grant fund since it is the largest city in Miami-Dade County. The goal of the program is to provide affordable housing options to eligible persons with HIV or AIDS in order for them to concentrate on their care and treatment, thereby diminishing and in some cases even eliminating the rate of transmittal of the disease. As part of the annual action plan process, a separate public hearing was previously held specifically for this program. For fiscal year 2021, the city has been allocated $11,924,914. Unlike the programs discussed earlier, the HOPA program funding has been steady for the past few years, as the federal government has recognized that through proper funding of this program, it is possible to reduce the rate of transmission of HIV/AIDS and hopefully end the epidemic. Since fiscal year 2020 is not over yet, as it ends on September 30th of this year. The following are some of the accomplishments the city reported to HUD in December of last year. Under the public service category, we assisted about 187 elderly residents who received balanced and nutritional meals. 257 households received youth and or childcare assistance. Now, these are some of the accomplishments, not all, but we just wanted to showcase the ones that are more relatable to people, and also the ones that show larger amounts of residents being assisted. Under the affordable housing, single family rehabilitation and down payment assistance had a lower than expected accomplishment rate, and that was due to the coronavirus pandemic. The HOPA program and Section 8 program, which are programs that provide for long-term rental and permanent assistance, we assisted over 1,100 households. And again, this was a program that did not stop at all. It was participants in this program received continuous rental assistance every month of the year. Continuing with affordable housing initiatives, the Department of Housing and Community Development has invested in recent years about $20.5 million for the construction and rehabilitation of multifamily buildings that are expected to yield approximately 1,850 affordable units in the city of Miami. That is roughly an investment of $12,000 per unit, and the rest of the cost being covered by non-city public and private investment. The table above shows 3 current projects in different stages of construction. We have Galleries Matters Plaza, Brisas del Este Phase 2, and Platform 3750. And then we also have another 7 projects undergoing contract negotiations. The Coronavirus AIDS Relief and Economic Security Act, or CARES Act, was approved by Congress and signed into law on March 27, 2020, to assist communities combat the economic effects of COVID-19. According to the Treasury Department, the act was designed to provide fast and direct economic assistance for American workers and families, small businesses, and to preserve jobs for American industries. The city was awarded CDBG CV, ESG CV, and HOPA CV, which is the nomination for the CARES Act funding, and is currently being utilized to alleviate immediate needs from households and businesses. With CDBG CV funds, the city implemented a business continuing micro enterprise program to assist businesses with less than 5 employees, in which where the owner of the business is or is a low to moderate income person. The amount of assistance was up to $10,000 per business, and the city was able to assist approximately 40 business owners. The city also provided emergency loans to 30 small businesses so they could retain jobs for low to moderate income employees. The city provided these businesses with loans of up to $20,000, loans that were forgiven if the business succeeded in retaining a low to moderate income job for at least 12 months. The department is also currently in the process of qualifying households for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program that provides up to $24,000 of assistance for rental and utility costs. Utilizing ESGCV funds, we are currently funding rapid rehousing and homelessness prevention programs through Citrus Health Networks and also through Camilo's House that allow for people that are homeless or about to become homeless to remain housed. And with HOPA CARES Act funding, the city implemented a short-term rental mortgage and utilities program that assisted people with HIV/AIDS on a temporary basis with their housing and utility cost needs. In addition, we placed additional funds into our HOPA long-term rental program to be able to reach to additional waitlist clients and provide them with housing assistance. We also had funded with local funds, with general funds, an eviction prevention program. We had a variation of a mortgage prevention program, So we at the city, the department of the city is doing as much as we can to stretch these dollars to be able to provide the assistance in a prompt way to our residents. Now, what's coming in the next few months is the unveiling of two other programs that are going to be the Business Continuity Microenterprise Program 2 and the Small Business Emergency Loan Program 2. The amounts are going to be adjusted somewhat, and this program, again, is going to be available to qualifying businesses. We will provide more details as the program is finalized and when we know the exact date that the program will be unveiled and launched. For more information, please keep our website in mind at www.miamigov.com, where we will be placing any updates to those two programs. Well, now is your turn to assist the City of Miami plan for the future by providing us with your input and comments regarding the utilization of federal funds for the programs I just described. If for any reason you were not able to provide comments today in this live virtual public hearing, you will have another opportunity to provide written comments once the draft annual action plan is released. You'll have approximately 5 to 10 days in which to submit additional comments as required by the newly adopted COVID-19 HUD issued waivers. We are planning to release the draft annual action plan in the next few weeks. So again, visit us at www.miamigov.com/community development for instructions on how to obtain a copy of the draft plan and also how to submit written comments. Now we have arrived to the portion of this hearing where we hear your comments and answer any questions you may have related to the annual action plan and its process. Now I'm going to call upon Mr. Alexander Jorge to see if there is any pre-recorded messages that we can play.
Yes, Robert. There's actually 2 that were left in the phone system. I'm going to have to share my screen to play the audio.
Would you like me to stop sharing the screen?
Yeah, you need to stop sharing. It will not permit me to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. There you go.
Okay. Okay. The first one is from, well, I haven't heard them, so let me go ahead and play the first comment.
Hello, my name is Faye Cochran. My comment is for the May meeting on May 10th for CDBG. I live with Curly Thompson Style Cooperative Food Bank located at 6025 Northwest 6th Fort in Miami. And we truly thank the Mayor and Commissioners for the support you have given us over the years. Curly House has been in the community for over 20 years, providing food for our most neediest residents, including our seniors, the homeless, the veterans, and so many other people who come to us in need. During this pandemic, we have been bursting at the seams since there has been such a tremendous loss of jobs. And we have had people coming to us for the first time in their lives asking for food to feed themselves and their families. And we're feeding like 7,000 families a month. So we really need our city to include additional funding to help us to continue to feed those in need in our city and to circumvent all of those negative consequences of health that result from not having adequate nutritious food. And we thank you in advance for your consideration.
Okay. Just to verify, were you able to hear that?
Yes.
Okay. That was the first comment. I'm going to go ahead and play the second one.
Hello, my name is Mimos Neas. I'm a mother of a child in the Miami school system, and my daughter is also a part of the after-school program at Family Action Network Movement. I want to call because I'm concerned about the lack of resources available for my children in this time. There is a big technology device among students who do not have access to internet or even a computer. Many students are falling behind on the classes and parents more than ever because of this. What is being done to support them? Where are the resources for them?
Okay.
Okay, those are the two comments that you received, right?
The two audio comments we received.
Audio
I also
comments.
received some on our online form. Would you like to proceed with those right now, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. The first one is from, let me see here. It's from Helena de Monte. And her comment is, I'm Helena de Monte, CEO of AD Association for the Development of Exceptional Incorporated, a provider of services for adults with autism and development disabilities for 47 years. We serve citywide, providing life skills training, vocational skills, and employment training. I respectfully alert the commissioners and mayors of the city of Miami that the population with special needs have suffered gravely during the pandemic, both physically and mentally. I urge you to make it a priority more than ever to fund programs who serve the vulnerable population. Thank you. The second comment is from, pardon me if I mispronounce it, Maria Angela Cordero. On behalf of the Family Action Network Movement, a community organization for the past 30 years, we are greatly aware that the last year has exponentially heightened dire needs in our Black and Brown families. The racial and technical divide within the members of the community has proven there is a big disconnect, and these families are in need of even more resources. The technical and economical gap has prevented many business owners to access loan, grants, economic resources. One of the biggest concerns is the academic disadvantage prevented. During virtual learning, many are unable to access their classes since they lacked the equipment, internet access, and parental guidance. 85% of our students are failing, and this will require a great amount of work that will take to bring our students up to the level of studies. As concerned community members, we are asking that the City of Miami and our commissioners pay more attention to the needs and provide additional support. I have a few more to go. The next one is from Pia Palomino. As a member of Family Action Network Movement, I wanted to write as concerned community member who has seen the need of resources during the pandemic. We have worked with hundreds of families who have suffered greatly during the pandemic due to the lack of resources or inability to pay their bills, including electricity or rent. In our after-school care program, we have seen children who were having a hard time concentrating with their schoolwork, as well as a lack of technology available in order to actually complete the work they are given. Due to this, many students have not been able to perform as well in schools as they would have under regular conditions. We have seen a concerning spike in students who are now failing their classes. This will affect them gravely in the long term. In terms of small businesses, we have also seen a technical divide where local businesses have suffered greatly due to the difficulty in obtaining resources available from government. We need more local business support, whether it be job training or economic assistance. Local businesses are an essential part of our economy. The next one is from, this is Madeline. Let me see the last name. It's from Madeline Yanes. Centro Matet serves more than 500 children on a daily basis. The CDBG funding funds the scholarships of 75 disadvantaged children of our community. Please continue to support our mission of providing the highest quality of services to the neediest of our city. That was the end of that one. Also, there's a second comment from Madeline Yanis. Children have suffered tremendously during this pandemic. This is more relevant when it comes to low-income children. Children's programs that promote school readiness, tutoring, social and emotional support are needed more than ever. I urge the community to continue its support to our children and their families. Okay, the next one is from Beatriz Gonzalez. On behalf of the 500 plus women, youth, and children sheltered at Lotus House daily, we urge the City of Miami to continue to provide life-changing funding via the Community Block Development Grant and consider increasing overall giving to Lotus House to $450,000 annually, making it possible to continue uplifting the lives of the most vulnerable in our community. In 2020 alone, Lotus House sheltered 1,354 women and children amidst the pandemic, an increase of 202 guests compared to 2019, of which 671 were adults and 683 were children. This represents 17.5% increase over the prior year. An already vulnerable population, the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed women, youth, and children to further dangers. Overcoming their fears of entering a shelter during the pandemic, Lotus House recorded a 37.6% increase in the percentage of sheltered women during violence in 2020, compared with 2019. As we prepare for the lifting of the eviction moratorium, we anticipate that women, youth, and children in our community will so desperately need Lotus House's supportive shelter and therapeutic supports more than ever. Please increase the city's funding of the important work of Lotus House. It is nothing short of life saving. This is the last comment I have. It is from Madame Renita Holmes. Request for online participation regarding citizens' access and input to special needs HUDs. And that was the end of the, let me verify that we haven't received any in the current minutes. No, those are all the online comments we have.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Now I'm going to move to the podium at City Hall. Chris, is anybody there?
There is no one present, and I don't see anyone outside, so no one's here.
All right, very well. Thank you very much. Now, we have provided different avenues for people to provide comments. You had the recordings, we had also the written comments, and now, and we try really to address the technology and any possible lack of technology that people might encounter when doing this virtual public hearings. Now, we will entertain anybody from the current audience that would like to ask a question or would like to state a comment. There is a button in the Zoom application that allows you to raise your hand. Once you raise your hand, Alex can allow you to access to provide your comments orally right now. So if anybody would like to state your comments, please raise your hand and we will allow you to speak right now. Please don't forget to state your name, your agency, and your address. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay, I have one person here. I'll go ahead and grant her permission. And today, I believe, for some reason, it's not allowing me. I don't think they didn't make me a co-host.
Yvette or Danny from ITD, is there? the ability to allow one of the attendees who is raising their hand to be able to speak.
Yeah, I was not promoted to co-host system. Give me 1 second.
Apologize. Give me one second while we're trying to resolve this technical issue. Okay, Alex, go ahead. Please promote the first speaker.
Madeline, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, yes, good afternoon, everyone. So basically, I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to thank you for everything that you do for us. I know that we've been through a lot this year, and we have been able and successfully maintain the level of services. And we couldn't have done it without your support. And we're on this together. And I just wanted to say that we truly value our relationship. And even though the need is great, and the money, of course, is not as much, we try to do the best with the resources that we're given, and we're very blessed to count on your support. So that's all I wanted to say.
Madeline, did you state your name, your address, and your?
I'm Madeline Llanes. I'm the administrator for. I know Roberto for many years.
We do know each other. Yes.
Yes. So I'm the administrator for Centro Mater in Little Havana and District 3. So I just wanted to leave you with my words of being grateful. Just thank you, and thank God that we're all healthy.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, Alex, the next person, please.
Okay, Elena Del Montes. Let me go ahead and Elena, you're gonna have to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, I didn't know I was gonna have the ability to speak. And just like the speaker, before me, I really want to thank all of you at Community Development, our mayor, all of our commissioners. Wow, I think that the city of Miami has been a real incredible example, a model city. Even though we were so red during COVID, we've managed this. We have to be so thankful to all of you, and most of all to our God, because I mean, this has been really survival of the fittest. And I feel so lucky to be hearing your voices, to still be here with energy fighting for my poor kids. So God bless you all. That's basically all I want to say.
Thank you, Elena. Yes, as you say, it's been very tough 12 months or a little bit more than that now. Hopefully we get to some sort of normalcy soon, but it has been a very tough ride. And the city has committed itself really to try to alleviate in the little that we can do, by providing or continue providing services, not stopping the assistance, and not only that, but expanding our services to provide with rental assistance, mortgage assistance to our residents. So thank you very much for those words.
Thank you.
Anybody else, Alex?
No.
No.
Oh yes, I have a Phyllis.
Miss Phyllis Bellinger. Yeah.
Go ahead. Phyllis, you need to unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Phyllis Bellinger, and I am the Executive Director for the Striving to Attain Remarkable Teens program, affectionately known as START. And I would just like to echo the sentiments of the individuals that have expressed their gratitude, that have spoken prior to me, because again, truly, the pandemic definitely put our community to the test, and it has been very commendable and refreshing to note that every effort has been made to make sure that no service or program went without, and just to again to encourage the everyone involved to continue to support the community at large, as you have been doing so nicely in the past as well as presently.
Thank you, Ms. Bellinger. Anybody else, Alex?
Double check. No. No one else?
Okay, so this is the last call. If anybody else would like to address this panel and provide comments for the comp plan or the action plan, please raise your hand. If not, I'll give 5 seconds. If not, we'll adjourn the meeting. Okay, well, thank you very much to all of you for attending. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your being here and providing us with your comments and your suggestions. It is refreshing to hear that that the city is in the right track and we're doing what we can to be able to alleviate some of the issues that the community is experiencing and has experienced, especially due to COVID-19. So we'll continue to work together hand in hand to make sure that we provide the right services to the right community, and we continue supporting our communities, really, especially at this time of need. So thank you very much to all of you for attending, and we'll see each other soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you're sick, except to get